All right, cool. Okay, without further ado, I'll click yes. My playing on PC was actually much easier because I was just facing my monitors. Now, like, I'm facing the opposite direction to my TV. I'll get a better setup someday. Yeah, whenever I move, I guess the wire is like delicate, so it'll make a weird crinkly sound. Oh my gosh, here's the menu. Aw. So, like, before I begin this game, I feel it's appropriate to just talk for a moment, because just about, like, just some things about this game and kind of where I'm at right now with, like, researching for this, like, video project that I want to do. So right now, I'm like, obviously, like, I replayed KH1 like 2021, I guess. I have made the magazine for it, so I kind of have something to build off of with that, where, like, chain of memories, I'm doing everything from scratch. I've not written about either yet, mostly because just being busy and writing about other games and other things. But hopefully I can get to writing about them soon. But I've kind of accepted that this whole KH video series I want to create is going to take a very long time. In fact, that was another thing where I was kind of hesitant to start playing KH2 because I was like, I haven't even, like, started writing about Recom. Like, I almost feel like these research streams, by the time I sit down to start writing, I'm gonna forget everything. Now, thankfully, I have everything archived, so I'll just, like, go back and watch. That's not something I necessarily wanted to do, but, you know, we're gonna do it. But yeah, it's just gonna be a slow process, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can start writing about KH1 and Recom soon, but there's so much I want to write, and I'm a slow writer, and lots of other things I want to write about, so it's just hard to prioritize, I guess. We got Betty going off at the moment. Writing do be like that, so very true. But I should say, so going into this, again, I think I mentioned this in a previous stream, but I haven't played KH2 since this collection came to the PS4, which was like 2017. Actually, it was probably like early 2018 I played it. And, like, obviously my memory, like, I remember what the game is like and stuff, but, like, the experience of it, like, this is probably the game I've actually played the least in the Kingdom Hearts series. Actually, that's not true. Probably Dream Drop is the least, but yeah, it's just been a while. But I remember when I did play it, I played it in standard mode. My overall experience with replaying it when it came to the PS4 was, wow, this was way easier than when I played it in the PS2. And part of that is because I just got better at the game and games in general, but also, like, I actually utilized a lot of the tools KH2 has to offer. It's amazing. Just the things I failed to, like, understand and grasp when I first played through KH2 vanilla. And KH1 for that matter. I didn't shortcut anything. Barely used magic at all. Probably barely even, like, gave myself, like, new abilities. Like, I don't know. Oh god, indeed, Daybreak. In fact, at some point, maybe I'll send you the link. When I first bought an Elgato capture card, not the one I have now, but the one I had previously, one of the first games I ever captured was KH2 vanilla on, like, the PS2, and I wish I would have kept the original footage, but I deleted it because it was such a big file. But I ended up editing it all together because the file was so big because I kept dying so much, and it was, like, the end game. So, like, I edited it so that, like, it got rid of all my deaths, and it was just, like, straight gameplay. And, it is quite amusing to watch now, and seeing, like, just I just like never, I just didn't use what the game had to offer. Also, I guess I didn't load my save data. That's okay. I don't need it. But so, yeah, so that's why it was easier to play second time around, because like I actually used what the game had to offer. I didn't even know, I don't know how I didn't know this. Like, how could I not know this? But I didn't know that when you stood on save points, it healed you. How did I not know that? Like, where was the brain? I don't know. It's so confusing. And again, I just attribute it to the fact that, as I've talked about multiple times, like just that I didn't play games that often, and I just didn't pay attention to those kinds of things. And the more I play games, the more I've become attuned to just noticing something like that. Oh, how times have changed. But anyway, so unfortunately, because of copyright, I am going to mute the audio here. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm excited. As like a broad statement, I think that KH2's story is moment to moment not that great. Like the Disney worlds are kind of rough, but like as a whole, thematically and just like what the story is doing, I think is the peak Kingdom Hearts. And I don't say this to be negative, but just like I truly don't think that Kingdom Hearts has ever done quite as good of a job in terms of storytelling as it has done with KH2. Where was the brain? I'll have to say that more often too, I guess. Because admittedly I don't say that often. But so I think I'm interested in this playthrough to see if that kind of opinion of mine holds up. Like, because again, this is probably like one of the games I've played the least in the series, and just like, am I sort of misremembering that, like how I feel about the story, or does it still hold up the way I hold it in my memory? I just think that there's a lot of nuance and impact in this game, and there's a lot of focus in a way that later games just, I mean, the games more and more get off track in terms of story. At least that's how I feel about it. And so like, you know, it's, there's also more to that conversation, of course, but broadly speaking here. So I'm interested to see if KH2 actually holds up as well as I thought it would. But I guess we'll find out. And then, of course, critical mode. I've never played this game on critical mode, so this is going to be such a treat. So, all right. Yeah, it's crazy because, like, this is one of the games where I think, like, most people, like, so Sam, who was on the Final Fantasy XIV stream, he hasn't played through a lot of Kingdom Hearts games. He's played through Kingdom Hearts 1. He watched the cutscene movie of Recom. I'm gonna try to convince him to play Recom now that I've replayed it, and I don't think the gameplay is nearly as bad as people say. I'm probably gonna, like, look, he got me into playing Final Fantasy XIV. I think it's only fair that I kind of pressure him now into playing a game, and he should play Recom, just saying. I'm gonna make it my mission, but anyway. So he doesn't really know much about Kingdom Hearts, and so when we were kind of talking about me starting this game, he was basically saying like, oh, like, yeah, this is the game I hear everybody talk about. You know, when people talk about peak Kingdom Hearts, they talk about Kingdom Hearts 2 as generally the best. And I think there's a reason for that in many regards. Do I think it's overhyped sometimes? Yeah. That's definitely fair. And yeah, video game indoctrination, we love to see it. Love to see it. So yeah, I forget where I was going with that, but just I guess what I was trying to get at was that, like, it's like a sort of community thing that, like, it's just inherently known that KH2 is like the GOAT, you know? And I think there's a reason for that. As much as, like, there's like issues with this game and there's pushback, which I think there should be, Because we know those people online, those people who are just like, KH2's the best and nothing else can be as good. Like, calm down. Alright, especially when they say stuff compared to KH3. I love KH3, especially in terms of gameplay. I think it's so freaking fun. I don't know what people are talking about when they say that it's not as good as KH2. It's different, but it's not a bad different. They're just different games. Calm down, people. Anyway, I've been talking so much. I will mute the audio. Oh my gosh, it's hard to move. Alright. It's muted. Of course, I'll get to hear the music. Sorry. Maybe you'll hear it through my headphones. Oh my god, look how beautiful this is. I haven't watched this intro in so long. I'm not sure what my favorite opening song is. Sorry, I just couldn't talk while I was listening to Sora. Look how beautiful, it's so good. I'm just gonna be saying so good over and over. Oh my god. Emotion, nostalgia, it's all coursing through me. Agreed, Daybreak, yeah. Burnout for sure. People are just so obnoxious about it sometimes. So I think this is my favorite opening song, was what I was getting at. I kind of go back and forth, but A Simple and Clean is kind of the one that we all remember. And it's the original, right? But lyrically, it's so weird to me, and that's always just gotten to me. Or I think Sanctuary lyrically, actually, wait, I said that weird. I feel like Sanctuary lyrically, somewhat more appropriate to the game. Though admittedly, it's been a while since I've listened to the lyrics. So maybe that's wrong. I don't know. But yeah, fantastic opening. Look how good that looks. One thing I will say is that one reason I initially was so hyped for KH3 before I was really more into the Kingdom Hearts games the way I am today is that I was so excited to play a game that looked like this. That looked like these opening, pre-rendered cutscenes. That just amazed me to see a KH game in the modern era. I love that transition. I should also note that I did not play Recon before I originally played KH2. So this was admittedly confusing to me, this opening part. I'm really sorry I can't play the music, because I'm sure it's not nearly as interesting without it. I'm just really nervous about copyright. And I remember I think when I saw this for the first time, I was like, is this what's going to happen in the game? Maybe? Are they showing beginning shots of the game? Moments? Does Sora go into an egg? Who is the blonde girl? Oh, that transition. Oh my gosh. Chef's kiss. Oh god. It's our boy. Look at him, he looks so good. Yeah, I think KH3 definitely, for sure, replicated that. Absolutely. KH3 looks so good. Just, it's easy for me to forget that. Oh, let me unmute.
You have arrived. I've been to see him. He looks a lot like you. I'm what's left. Or maybe I'm all there ever was. My name is of no importance. What about you? Do you remember your true name?
Sora? Whoa! Give me a break, guy.
Giving up already? If there are any other worlds out there, why did we end up on this one?
This world has been connected,
What? Who's there?
tied to the darkness.
Sora, don't ever change.
The door has opened.
What?
You understand nothing.
Sora...
Another dream about him.
Man, doesn't that tick you off?
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Cypher's gone too far this time.
I mean, it's true that stuff's been stolen around town, and we've got a score to settle with Cypher and everything. So, if he wants to think we did it, I can't really blame him. See, that's not what really bugs me. What really bugs me is that he's going around telling everybody we're the thieves. Now the whole town and their mothers are treating us like the Klepto Club. Have you ever been this ticked off before in your life? 'Cause I haven't. Nuh-uh. Never. Now, what to do? Well...
We could find the real thieves. That would set the record straight. Hey, that sounds fun.
What about Cypher?
First, we gotta clear our names. Once we find the real culprit, everyone will get off our backs. Oh no! They're gone! Are gone! What?
All are gone?
Huh? Huh?
You can't say why not?
But you do understand what I'm saying, right? Are gone. Stolen. And not just the word. They stole it too.
What kind of thief is that? Cypher could never have pulled that off.
Yeah.
All right, time for some recon.
Huh?
His heart is returning. Doubtless he'll awaken very soon.
Huh?
Roxas, come on.
Okay. Daybreak, you literally just said exactly what I was like going to say once the cutscene was over. Like literally almost word for word. It's kind of amazing. I agree 100%. It's kind of one of the reasons I love this game, that how, like you said, ballsy it was for them to just open this game up with no known characters and giving us these random kids and just expecting, like, trusting your audience, trusting the player to just go with it and trust that this is leading somewhere important. Oops, sorry, I just hit my mic. Same wavelength, baby. Like, we do it pretty often, it seems. But yeah, like, and another thing I want to note, like, I think this and sorry, I'm like fumbling over my words because I'm so excited. I love this opening, and I think it's one of the best openings to a video game. And I think that, like, part of that is because of how daring it was for the developers, the writers, to do something like this, because it works in telling the story it's trying to tell. It knows what kind of story it's trying to tell. And I think a lot of, not just games, but any medium sometimes will fall on its own sword because it's like they don't trust their audience. They're just like, oh, well, people aren't going to understand that, so we need to dumb it down. And that happens so often, especially in kids media. And it's so frustrating because, particularly in kids media, because it's like people who make stories for children don't let kids, like, they underestimate kids' intelligence. They don't let kids actually, like, have good things to experience. They just dumb everything down, so it's like just bright and colorful and like there's nothing to it. And I'm saying they, like, I'm not pointing out specifics. I guess I'll use the easy target and say Illumination here, but, like, you know, there's many examples we could go off of, but, like, it's not just kids media. It's like tons of different media that just underestimates its audience. And this opening is so daring and just like, we're gonna do it. We know what we want to do with this story. People might not understand it at first, but they'll get it later. And I love that. As a note, when I first played the game back in like 2012, 2012 probably, I hated this opening. I hated it so much. I feel like such a dum-dum, like, or looking at my past self, just calling my past self a dum-dum, because, like, I just didn't get it. Back then, I was just like, I just wanted Sora, who was this random kid. I remember I was playing with my friend, and she was watching me, and she was like, she's like, this doesn't feel like Kingdom Hearts. Like, this isn't fun. I think that was a lot of people's experience. But I think the good thing is that you might start out that way, but then the more you play through Kingdom Hearts 2, you'll realize it's not the case. It's not dumb. It's actually really meaningful. But it took me a while to get there. And well, I'm glad I finally did get there. Alright, here we go. Oh, I should also say that when I first played this game, I hated the dialogue from Hayner, Pence, and Olette, and Roxas. Like, I hated it. I appreciate it more now. I don't think the writing's bad anymore, but I used to really dislike it. So that was another reason why I didn't like this opening. I was like, who are these kids? What is this garbage writing? Like, I was just so perplexed. Alright. Over here. Tutorial time. Move the left stick to make Roxas run. Tilt it slightly to make Roxas walk. Jump. The circle. Approach the armor shop. If you can't remember what to do next, press the options button to confirm your objective. Oh, sweet, I can jump. This is totally gonna mess with my muscle memory on Tears of the Kingdom. We walk. We run. We jump. Okay, I need to reposition myself. Don't know when I started getting uncomfortable while I was sitting here, but it has happened. Not sure what changed. Alright. By skimming the sides of buildings, you can grab the edge and pull yourself up. Try it for access to various places. Let's get this investigation underway. Yo, Roxas. Never thought you'd do such a rotten thing. We didn't steal anything, alright? I'd like to believe you, but who else would steal that stuff? What stuff? As if you didn't know. Hey, I'm not gonna tell you. Go ask the accessory shop. What a jerk. Go on, Roxas, ask her. Oh my gosh. Reaction commands are used to execute actions accordingly in situations. Approach the accessory shop and talk, and the talk reaction command will appear. Press triangle to use the command. Talk to the accessory shop owner. Oh, hello, Roxas. Reaction commands appear in various situations and are very helpful. Use reaction commands whenever possible. Oh, it's you, Roxas. Please don't let me... Did I just say that weird? Oh, it's you, Roxas. Please don't let me down. You used to be one of my favorite customers. I'm not a thief. Okay. It's no fun having everyone suspecting me, you know. Then you've got to find a way to clear your name. The woman at the candy shop is pretty disappointed too. Roxas? Have you seen my cat around? Found her. Move the camera with the right stick. Press the R3 button to return it to its default position. Press R1 to lock onto specific things. When locked onto something, the camera will automatically follow the target. Lock onto the cat. I did it. Locking on is useful when following a target. The camera can be controlled while locked on. Press R1 again to cancel. Oh, okay, it didn't let me actually do it. Thank you, Roxas. Did they steal something from you too? Oh my, yes, something important. Just so you know, we didn't do it. I believe you. Thanks for that, ma'am. So what did they take from you? My... beep. My precious. It's like never not silly. I know what they're going for. And I do take it seriously, but also it is funny. Looks like the culprit is going around stealing. And not just the... Oh, okay. And not just... But the word, too. This isn't your average thief. I wonder if Cypher would know anything about this. We gotta talk to him. Come on, to the Sandlot.
Thieves.
That was low, you know?
Oh yeah? Nice comeback there, Blondie. What'd you say? You can give us back the... now.
Yeah, you're the only ones who would take it, you know?
That was undeniable proof that we totally owned you, lamers. So what did you do? Burn it? Huh, not that we need some... to prove that you're losers.
Replay.
Now you're talking. I guess if you get on your knees and beg, maybe I'll let it slide.
Roxas!
Oh yeah, we got the music going. We got the music going. Okay. So true, Daybreak, yeah. So true, yeah. The new and the idea of like the new and old players, like there's something for both here with this prologue, and the anticipation it's building. And like building up, like you said, the player's desire to get going. It's super effective. And hell yeah. Sinister Sundown. Once again, going back to, we're just gonna call, okay, like, I don't want to be mean to myself or my past self, but like, we're gonna call 2012 Danielle like a dum-dum just now, because here's another thing, okay? I hated this song. I hated it. I was like, why is it so jaunty? What the heck? Why is it so weird? What is, ugh. Like, no. Dumb 2012 Danielle, just get out of here. Go home. Like, no. No. Bad opinions. I think this is magic. I forgot. God, it's been so long. Oh yeah, okay, so I think I am gonna choose defense. I am. Yeah, I am gonna do defense. You've become calmer. Well, thank you, game.
Roxas, focus.
Alright, the gauge... excuse me, what did you call me? The gauge in the bottom right is the HP gauge. You lose HP when damage is taken, and the battle is over when HP reaches 0. The blue gauge in the bottom right is the MP gauge. It holds a mysterious power that is not yet available. When you approach target, a yellow mark will appear. Press X to attack. Approach and attack Cypher. Oh god.
Don't leave me hanging now.
There's actually, see, okay, like, I could never do the KH2 speedrun because I'm not... There's just so much movement tech that I just couldn't do very successfully. Maybe I'll feel differently after I finish the game, but, I believe this section with Cypher is a moment... Actually, I could be wrong about this, but there's a moment in the beginning where there's, like, an RNG thing where you can manipulate the dusk to like attack Roxas a certain way when he's at the mansion. Oh. I didn't notice that, Daybreak. I'll have to pay attention to that now. That's another thing. There's so many details about this game that I just straight up don't know. Like KH1, like I know so much about that game. It's like insane. KH2, there's so much I'm missing. So much like that I just don't know. Like again, I've watched the speedrun a bunch, but like I feel like there's just so much more that I just don't know about. It's gonna be a journey. After hitting an enemy with an attack, continue attacking to unleash powerful combos. Press X successively. I know it's supposed to be pronounced cross, but I'm not doing that. Counter an enemy attack with your own to parry and nullify the attack. This action is also useful in a defensive stance. Do they mean guarding when they say defensive stance? No, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Come on. Quit playing around and fight.
Neo loser. Alright.
Isn't this romantic?
Oh my. Oh, I was doing a no hit. Oh wait, that was kind of cool how Roxas automatically guarded there when he countered the attack.
Cypher's not feeling so hot, you know?
Tournament decides.
Whoa! What was that?
The thief?
Yeah, that actually was the section of RNG, because obviously we're about to get to the mansion. Also, this just makes me think of like how sometimes like one criticism I would hear toward this game, and lots of fantastical stories with fantastical elements, is people will say like, wow, like that would never happen in real life. Like, are these kids stupid? Like, it's like, it's a story. Like, you gotta meet it at its level. Like, and yeah, cross, never heard of it. What is that? We only know X. Alright, the old mansion, Twilight Town. Capture. We have come for you, my liege.
Huh?
That's like really creepy. Fight the mysterious enemy. So this is what I mean, like you basically can manipulate the dust to like attack you right now. I guess when you go in the corner here. And like the dust has to get a certain amount of hits on you, or actually I should have, let's see, because I can die here. And this is like a forced death, like they, or I forget what they call it, but basically a death where like it's not gonna like punish you for dying, it'll just move the story forward. Please hit me. I want to die. There's gonna be so many moments in this game where I don't want to die and you're gonna kill me. And now I want to die and you're not killing me. There we go.
It's no use. What? What is this thing?
Fight the mysterious enemy. Have you ever watched, Nico B by chance, Daybreak? Oh, sweet. Nico B is a Let's Player if you don't know. Right, real life, it's never that cool. So true. Actually, that's a good response. Get close to grab orbs dropped by enemies when defeated. Yellow orbs increase money, and green orbs restore health.
What's this?
I was his first customer after he took over the shop. So we took a picture together.
It's a really nice photo. Oh,
Hey, you just said photo.
So, Roxas, tell us about the picture thief.
Not much to say. The pictures were just lying there.
Then how do we prove we weren't the ones who took them? It's a girl.
you look happy, Roxas.
Do not. So, like, anybody else notice that all the stolen pictures are of Roxas?
Oh, so that's why everyone thought it was us.
And Cypher didn't go around accusing us after all.
Are they really all of me? Yep.
See?
Look,
Right? Every single one. Wouldn't it be weird if the thief wanted to steal the real Roxas or something?
Come on, get serious. Why would anyone want to steal a bonehead like Roxas?
Oh, thanks. Where am I? Who's there? Who are you?
Restoration at 12%.
Organization miscreants. They found us.
But why would the nobody steal photographs?
Both are nothing but data to them. The fools could never tell the difference. We are running out of time. Namine must make haste.
Where am I? What happened to my home? My island? Riku! Kai... Who are you?
They will come at you out of nowhere, as long as you continue to wield the Keyblade.
Hey, why don't you come with us? We can go to other worlds on our vessel.
Sora, go with them, especially if you want to find your friends.
Name's Goofy.
I'm Sora. I'll go with you guys.
The Heartless have great fear of the Keyblade.
That's right. The Keyblade.
So, this is the key.
But the boy is a problem. He found one of the keyholes.
A key blade? A keyblade.
What was that about? Oh. Sorry about that.
Thanks. Do you guys think we'll always be together like this?
I sure hope so.
Huh? Where did that come from?
Well, you know, just thinking out loud.
Well, I doubt we could be together forever. But isn't that what growing up's all about? What's important isn't how often we see each other, but how often we think about each other. Right?
Get that off a fortune cookie?
That's it. No more ice cream for you. Man, today's turning out to be a drag.
Maybe because of yesterday's memory thief.
Nuh-uh. You know what it is? We don't want summer vacation to be over, that's all. So, how about this? We all go to the beach. And why do we go to the beach? Because we haven't gone once this entire vacation. Blue seas, blue skies. Let's just get on the train and go. No? Oh, come on.
Maybe you forgot, but we're broke.
Maybe you forgot I'm smart.
Okay. I have so much that I've been wanting to say throughout those cutscenes. Oh my gosh. So first of all, yes, the stick. The stick. The stick is here. Hang on one second. Second, we got a preview of Aerith's, I'm sorry, really bad voice acting performance in this game. Really bad. Alexa's reminding me to drink water right now. Or Ziggy, rather. Joke's on you, Ziggy. I just took a drink of water, okay? I know, the stick just goes with Roxas wherever he goes. I really love how that was kind of brought into 358, by the way. Very nice little detail that, again, is like not something you need to like even notice, but it's cool if you do. So the other thing I wanted to mention was I really like how this game addressed that the word that was stolen was picture or photo. Again, this opening is so good, it doesn't underestimate its audience. In so many stories, they would just be like, wow, like, the word that was stolen was picture. But, like, they didn't do that. It was just through their conversation that you could get context clues to figure it out. It's just good writing. It's so good. And then I'll say real quick before I continue. Nico B is, what's it called? Who is a YouTuber who does Let's Plays. And I heard of him because of Kingdom Hearts. I forget who, like, posted about him, but somebody, like, I don't even remember where, but somebody maybe on social media or Discord or something posted about him, and it was when he was actually doing his playthrough of this game. They were like, hey, you should watch this guy because he's experiencing the Kingdom Hearts series for the first time. And I remember I watched him a little, but I guess I didn't watch him a lot. I started watching him more when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. Or actually, sorry, like right before, I think. I think he's actually like a very good Let's Player. The reason I watched him so long was because like I really loved his approach to games and like his curiosity and how he always tried to get like the most out of a game. Like he would try to do everything a game has to offer, and I just really liked that approach. I stopped watching him for kind of multiple reasons that I won't get into, but I do think it might be worth, if you're into that kind of thing, watching his Let's Plays through these games, because his reaction to this whole prologue is truly at least parts of it, are very magical. He gets hyped at all the right moments. He just like, he approaches it with a lot of like, again, with curiosity, not skepticism or like, who is this guy? Like, I hate this. Like, he knows like story beats and understands like where this is going to a certain extent. And it's like, it was refreshing to watch. I remember the first time I went through it. As a note, he is very loud. I would often watch him and like have to turn my volume down because like he was just that loud. So either put headphones on or watch at a low volume, because if you live with anybody, they're going to be really concerned about what you're watching. Anyway, I think I got to all my points. So continuing. Approach the light for the save reaction command to appear. Press triangle to open a save menu that allows you to save your game. Open the save menu. Okay. Oh, we're going to save our critical mode file. Now I wonder if, like, maybe I should save it in a different slot, because, like, I guess I won't ever download my save data for my standard mode file, probably. So I guess I'll just leave it like this. Yeah, for sure. Like, because I think, though, I guess that was why he probably played through the games, because it was finally time. But I don't even remember when he started going through them. I want to say 2017, but I could be wrong about that. But his whole playthrough is, like, really cool. And what was cool is when he played through 358, he actually played through the game, but then, like, would watch, like, the cutscene movie. So, like, it's, like, kind of the best of both worlds. So you got like the gameplay and like the text scenes that we just didn't get in the movie, but then that HD goodness, you know? He didn't do that for Recoded, which was unfortunate, but the reason he didn't do that is because that whole playthrough was just so much work, and I feel that strain. I can't imagine how much work would go into putting that together and editing that, especially if you've never played the game, just having to kind of guess and stuff, and go through all those clips. That would be a lot. It would have been cool to see with Recoded, but, you know, understandable why he didn't do it. But yeah, I remember I really enjoyed his Let's Plays. I watched quite a bit of them. I watched through all his Nier Let's Plays, Kingdom Hearts, a good chunk of his Persona 5 Let's Play I watched. Breath of the Wild, I watched all of his playthrough of that. Ocarina of Time, I think I watched his full playthrough of that. But I did stop watching him. So, yeah. Sure, there are other games that I'm forgetting, but there are many other save points besides this one. Make good use of them, as they restore Roxas's HP and MP. I guess I just didn't read that once again when I first played through these games. Like, I don't understand how I did not comprehend that standing on a save point like filled my HP and MP. Again, dumb Danielle. That was the dumb phase of my life. In terms of video games, at least. Hurry up, Roxas. We're going to Market Street. I said that really wooden. But hey, I never attested to be a voice actor. I got the Twilight Town map. It is a map of the area. We're in the back alley. We got the skateboard. Well, I guess it wants me to go this way.
Just 2 days to go. You and I have to make the finals. That way, no matter who wins, the four of us split the prize.
Okay, you're on. You two are gonna clean up.
Go get him.
It's a promise.
Now, Let's get down to business. I can't believe I just did that. One ticket to the beach is 900 money. How much for the 4 of us? 3,600 money. Dang. And 300 each to spend there. What's that for all of us? 1,200 money. A total of 4,800 money. To spend on what? Pretzels, of course. What else is there? You idiot. I mean, you gotta... Did I ever tell the story on stream? I feel like I might have, but like, that song is so quotable, like, obviously, like, just by its very nature. And I remember, like, I took a public speaking class, and I had the class with a friend of mine, and my professor said, let's get down to business. So I, like, wrote on my note paper, like, to my friend, to defeat the Huns, like, to finish the line, and she started laughing. So my other friend, God bless her, she's like one of my best friends to this day, but I guess had never seen Mulan, which is like a travesty. In fact, I really hope at this point in her life she's seen it. But I got back to my dorm room and I was rooming with her at the time, and I showed her the note and I told her the story, and she looked at me and she was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, what do you mean, what am I talking about? I am talking about Mulan. How do you not know that reference? I'm so sad now. Yeah, I guess she hadn't seen Mulan, so can't win them all, I guess. But oh my god, I might need to text her and say, have you seen Mulan? Please tell me you've seen Mulan. Anyway. That's my little story. Well, there's always watermelon. Too pricey. They're like 2,000 money a piece. Pretzels it is. So, where were we? We need 4,800 money altogether, but all we have is... I've got 800. 650. 150. Sorry. That's 1,600 money. We need another 3,200. Let's find ourselves some odd jobs and earn some dough. We have till the train leaves to earn 800 money each. So I definitely want to try to experience all of the mini games in this section, so I'm going to try to do all of them at least once. Meet at the station with cash in hand. Didn't he say he had it covered? Whatever, those pretzels are sounding pretty good. Gosh, I could really go for some pretzels right now too. Actually, what I really could go for are soft pretzels. We got them at work the other day. They like picked up a big box of soft pretzels to celebrate like the May birthdays. And then they get like these dips for them. And one of them is like buttercream icing. It's so good. Oh my gosh, Daybreak, I would be the same way. I'd be like, fuck, no, stop. Stop. Do not watch the remake. Do not do it. Save yourself some time and effort. I swear to God. It is amazing to me how many people haven't seen Mulan, because I think it is amazing to me because as a kid, like, I grew up with that movie, and like, I saw that movie in theaters. I'm pretty sure we were on vacation and it was a rainy day and we saw it. And like, it's one of my top Disney movies. It's not like among like my favorites. But it's like the one like right beneath, like in the like almost favorites. It's like so darn close, you know? For no particular reason. Like, it's still amazing. But like, yeah, it's just like always amazing to me because that's just such much part of my childhood. I just assumed that everybody had seen it, just like everybody mostly has seen Cinderella or Snow White. But no, not the case. Oh, I really want to watch Mulan right now. Oh, God. One of my favorite musical scores is when Mulan is, getting ready to leave her home and, like, she cuts her hair. The percussion. Oh my God. Like, it's so good. And I remember I listened to, like, a podcast one time and they all hated that. And I was like, no. It's amazing. How could you hate it? And fun fact, I tried to buy the track. I don't know why Disney did this, but the official track that's released on the, like, album itself that's on iTunes is not the track that plays in the movie. It's, I think, what the original version was going to be, and it doesn't have the percussion. It sounds like a completely different track. And I don't understand. Like, do you not want my money, Disney? Like, why? Why do this to me? I genuinely don't know. I don't understand, like, because it's like the same composer. Like, it's not like they had a different composer for the track. It's still, I believe, Jerry Goldsmith is the composer. So, like, I don't know if it would, like, it couldn't be like a licensing thing, I wouldn't think, but I genuinely am so confused. Which is a shame because, like, if I want to make a playlist for somebody on Spotify with my favorite Disney musical score moments, I can't really do it because that track is, like, top tier and it's not available. Unless you, like, find it on YouTube, which is like, come on, why? Anyway, the main menu can be opened with the options button. View status and money and change configuration settings. The menu cannot be opened during battle. Roxas's journal contains hints of what to do next and past events. Alright, so what do we want to do first? What is that? Okay. So I guess we're gonna do this one first, mail delivery. Deliver all the letters. Complete the job quickly to earn lots of money. Skateboard controls, deliver letter. Okay. I'm probably gonna be bad. We'll see how this goes. Get up there. Deliver it to the bird. Okay. No, do it. Roxas. No, Roxas, get up there. I swear to God. I swear to God, Roxas. Oh my God. Okay. It's fine. Why is it not giving me the prompt? Do I have to... Okay. Well, I'm not gonna earn a lot from this. I'm gonna redo this. In fact, can I start over? I'm just gonna quit. Like, why wasn't it giving me the prompt? Let's try this again. Give me the prompt. Thank you. Do I have to, like, jump really high or something? Do I have to spin in the air, maybe? Oh, I got it, but I didn't press it in time, I guess. My God, fuck. Let me do it. Okay, you know what? There, we got it. Probably not gonna get a lot from it, but at this point, the frustration's not worth it. That's not bad. I received 30 money. Thanks. Next. Oh, I didn't read the instructions. Damn. Okay, that's fine. Good job. Received 50 money. Alright, let's see. I think... Is this one where you hit the ball? I have to keep the ball in the air? Because I'm pretty sure I'm bad. Yeah, impress the crowd by keeping the ball afloat. Don't let the ball touch the ground. The longer the ball... I love how that's a tip. Like, that's literally the point of the game. The longer the ball is kept in the air, the more money you earn. So if I remember correctly, I actually got pretty good at this. Oh. Oh, I have multiple attempts, okay. I think? People are getting excited. You can hear them cheering. Yes, I was going for 100, but I didn't want to say it out loud. Because I was afraid I wouldn't get it. I'm not trying to leave, game. Don't you worry. How long can I just keep this going? Maybe I should stop at some point. But it's too fun. I feel like lock on is like your best friend in this. Oh god. That's okay, it had to end at some point. I'm just gonna... I got my 147, I'm good. But yeah, I'm glad I did well. Oh, we got the fireworks, that's big. Muy bien. Look at them cheering for me. Wow, you're the best. Received 50 money. So I guess I did the best in those last two. The mail game, I didn't do too hot, but that's okay. Let's see what our friends have to say. Hayner said he'd take care of things, but I knew something like this would happen. You can start work at this board or at the tram common board. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I knew there were other mini games, but I forgot that we do them right now. Why I forgot that, I don't know. When did I think we'd do them? Hayner went up this hill. It looks like he's waiting at the station plaza. It seems he's got some things to do, so I'm going to try hard to. Okay, I think, is this, oh, no. I think it's this way? Oh, well, okay. Also, fun fact that when I first played through vanilla KH2, I didn't really level up my forms, or I didn't try to because I didn't know like abilities were linked to that. So I just didn't have like basic abilities like dodge roll or quick run. I just had the slow running speed. I probably got high jump, but probably after like following a guide. Again, this was the phase of Dum Dum Danielle when it came to games. I believe it, honestly. Alright, let's see. Oh, poster duty, I remember this one. Attention, attention. I need someone who can run fast and put up posters in designated areas. We'll see how I do. I don't think I'm gonna do well. Put up all the posters. Search for available areas and press triangle to put up the poster. Tips. When there is more than one available area, press triangle rapidly to put up the posters. Complete the job quickly to earn lots of money. Alright. You can do these games with Sora too, right? Because I think that's actually... I know I could have gone left or right, but I'm gonna go this way. Because with Sora, with quick run and stuff, man, you can be pretty darn fast. Oh, that was awesome. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely... This is slow. Has to be slow, right? Oh, I thought there was something over here. Can I go up here? Probably a better route, but you know. Oh. There's one down there. I think. It's awesome. How many do I have left? One. I think it was over here. Yes. Fantastic! I owe you one. 100 money. Oh my god. I don't remember what I said. What's the real meaning of DDD? You think I would remember, but poor memory here. And oh, okay, so you can do it in Masora, so that's awesome. I'm excited. There are bees everywhere. I need to take care. Oh, okay. Be careful. Oh my god. There are bees everywhere. I need them taken care of. Get rid of the bees. I'm pretty sure I hate this minigame. I could be misremembering that though. Watch out, the bees will attack after they've stopped moving. Complete the job quickly to earn lots of money. Alright, I forget. Wasn't there like a thing? Oh god. Where are they? Oh yeah, lock on. Oh no. No. No, stop it. Stop it. Bees. Be good. I cleared. Oh, Dum Dum Danielle. Yep, that's DDD. That was the whole, wow, that was it the whole time? Not Dream Drop Distance? Dum Dum Danielle? See, I should have remembered that, but unfortunately I didn't. Wow, wait. Oh, did I really do that, Beth? She's like, alright. At least you tried. No, I think it's Junk Sweep I didn't like, actually. Because this is the one where you have to, like, hit junk around and... Well, this actually could be fun, though. Let's see. Get rid of all the junk in the area. When hitting the junk, try to aim for other piles. The less swings you take to get rid of the junk, the more money you can make. Okay, yeah. So I think... Okay, I have strategy here. Alright. Yes! Okay, so let's try this. Can we get the angle here? I think it should be good. Good. And then, of course... I think that was pretty good. Fine work indeed. Okay, so like I did fine. I don't know if there was... I probably could have done better, I'm assuming. But that was probably the best I've ever done, so I'll take it. Who are you? You need money to buy items. If you ever need cash, you should check the job board here. Thanks. Oh yeah, and you can jump on here. I love it. I was just about to say let's look for some lucky emblems. Oh, that was the best you could do for that minigame? Well, sweet. I just want to ride around before we continue with the story. Oh, it's gonna... Alright. Alright, let's go find Hayner. Is there a skateboard over here? And I just missed it. There it is. I want to ride the skateboard. Okay. Hayner's just like, Roxas, get serious. Want to buy some pretzels? Yes, I wanted to do the 3 in the air. Kingdom Hearts, a Tony Hawk game? What? 3 hits? No. No. That isn't... I mean, I guess it can be done since the game's telling you to, but like... that feels impossible. As a note, that would be something that Nico B would do. I'm pretty sure he did, actually. Honestly, a Kingdom Hearts skateboarding game? Oh, that would be so cool. Because there was that Disney's Extreme Skate game. Like, I didn't watch Pat's stream the other day where he had, like, the trivia on, like, Disney licensed games. But I'm pretty sure I saw, like, Disney's Extreme Skate in there, but I could be wrong. But, that was a game I played a lot. And, you know, they could do one like that for Kingdom Hearts. That would be pretty banging. Oh my god, skateboarding around Kingdom Hearts worlds? Because I think what I'm gaining from these streams is that we need a Kingdom Hearts roguelike. And now we need a Kingdom Hearts skateboarding game. So. No. This should cover expenses. Nah, I've earned enough. Though I think if another reason that Nico B in his playthrough did as much as he could with the jobs is that I think like it gives you a special item if you get a certain amount of money. I guess I could have done that. Oh. Yeah, I didn't even think of like pushing them. I didn't even really consider that. I guess you can push the trash around. That feels like a duh moment. Like, oh, duh. Well. You live and you learn. Okay. What have we got? All present and accounted for? Their animations right now look really weird. Like, I don't know. It just kind of look like little bobbleheads right now. Let's see. Just this. Good job. Thanks.
Nice work, everyone. Added to what we started with, we now have... ta-da! 5,000 money!
Sweet!
Let's get tickets.
We can't be together forever, so we'd better make the time we do have something to remember. Huh? Gotcha!
Like, did you just punch me in the stomach? That hurt, man. Money pouch. A handmade pouch. It contains 5,000 hard-earned money.
Whoa! Huh?
Huh? What?
Roxas! 3 minutes!
Okay.
Four students.
Roxas, the money. Wait. No.
Huh? He took it.
Where are you going?
Remember when I fell? I had the money before that. I bet that guy took it.
Guy? He couldn't have gotten too far.
What are you talking about? There was no guy.
Huh? But there wasn't? Really? Oh, boy. There wasn't anyone there?
It's melting.
Sorry.
Cheer up already.
That was definitely weird, though.
Strange.
You said it.
Can you feel Sora?
Can you feel Sora?
Restoration at 28%.
Namine, hurry! Is it really that hard to make a beach? We'd be giving the enemy another entry point. And this? We can always buy some sea salt ice cream. Objects from that town must be kept out of the real world. You can delete that.
As the key-bearer, you must already know. One must not meddle in the affairs of other worlds.
So many places I want to see. I know I'll get there someday.
Thus, I do hereby dub the junior heroes.
Hey, what do you mean, junior heroes?
You rookies still don't understand what it takes to be a true hero.
I wish for your freedom, Genie.
Ow!
Sally, why didn't I listen to you?
Don't feel bad, Jack. We'll come up with another plan for Halloween. Next time, we'll do it together.
Power!
I have Mushu!
Or are you too cool to play them now that you have the Keyblade?
Riku? What are you doing here? Did you find her? I still can't believe it. I really flew. Wait till I tell Kai. I wonder if she'll believe me. Probably not. I'm searching too.
For your light. Don't lose sight of it.
Sora, where are you going?
I'm gonna go look for my friends. They're waiting for me. Well, where are Donald and Goofy?
Instead of worrying about them, you should be asking about her.
Who are you? Huh?
Meet at the station. Today's the day we hit the beach. And don't sweat about the money. Hayner. Yeah, it's insane some of the voice acting that they get in here. But like Christopher Lee... Yeah, a lot of just... It still amazes me too, honestly. Heck, it still amazes me that, like, we had, Billy Zane in the first game, but Christopher Lee is, like, one of those actors that it's like, wow. Like, that is a big name. Alright, let's save. I was thinking about something during the cutscenes. Oh, what I was gonna say was, kind of building off of Chain of Memories, like, this game, like, continues, like, this, the utter sadness, the just pure, how horrifying it is to have something like this happen to you. Like, what kind of makes Roxas's story so tragic is, like, the fact that all of this is happening to him and he has no one to go to. He feels like he's going crazy, and it's like... It's just, it's so sad. All of these, like, little moments, and again, I love how it frames it, how it's just, like, these kids enjoying their summer vacation, and these weird things have been happening, and in town and stuff, and it's just like a normal, like, thing like that in small towns. There are, you know, myths happening and things that kids do, like, during the summer, and meanwhile Roxas is experiencing these own weird things of his own, and just the loneliness of that is so scary. Just damn. So good. Pretty sure... What does this say? I think I'm going to the Sandlot. Oh yeah, we want to go to the beach, so we're going this way. Though actually, I'm gonna go to the Sandlot because I think there's, like, stuff you can do. Oh, well. Just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, Roxas doesn't get many wins. Ever. Like... Okay.
Hey!
Morning.
Huh?
Hello, Roxas.
Hi. And you are...
I wanted to meet you at least once.
me?
Yes, you.
Olette dragged me along to go shopping.
Hey, you wanna come with us?
Wait. Did you just see that? He's stalling.
Very well then. We'll see you later, Roxas. Okay?
Yeah. Did she go to that haunted mansion? Huh? Huh. Let me go!
Hey, chicken wuss.
Who's that?
I don't know, but they've already crossed the line. Find a weapon.
Fight the mysterious enemy. One thing I've never noticed, is, how, what's it called? They kind of aged up Naminé's, model. Like, just ever slightly.
Not good.
Roxas, use the Keyblade.
Okay. Just looking at this blade seems to give you strength. Okay, I want to read all of them. I guess sturdy. A shield is this shield is sturdy. A shield like this could block just about anything. So, okay, magic, strength, and defense. I feel like I want to take the strength because I already took a defense, so it feels good. It's like a balance thing. As a note before I continue, love the spotlights, but that's not my note. Brittany Snow, voicing Naminé. I think she does a really good job. And I used to really like Brittany Snow for like a short period of time. Yeah, no more big head mode, Naminé. Ah, that's a good point. I mean, her model was a little strange in Recon, but I guess like she definitely was shorter. And I guess her head was bigger. She looks more proportioned now. At least when it comes to her head. Oh, I see. Okay. So if I want to go with defense, I should probably pick defense here, so. Yeah, it's a shame they didn't get Brittany Snow back to do more, but I think the voice actress they chose, who admittedly, I don't know her name, but I think she's done a good job for what Naminé is in the games, and also, it just reminds me that it's really a shame that Hayden Panettiere couldn't be brought back for Kairi in KH2. I'm pretty sure she said like she was never asked, and I don't understand why. Because Allison Stoner does a good job, but I think like it would be nice to have different voice actors for two different characters. And Allison Stoner does a really good job as Shion. She did fine for Kairi, but she does an amazing job with Shion, so like, I don't understand. Anyway, I'm gonna go with defense, because God knows I'm gonna need it. Receive the power of the Guardian. Here we go with the music. Hey, Defender Hero. Defeat all the mysterious enemies. How is your Friday going? Oh no. Okay, this is critical mode. I gotta... Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I'm probably gonna die. This is what I mean, thank God. I don't think I mentioned this before, but I tried to play in critical mode, right after I beat this on standard, and I got to this section, and I died, like, like, a few times. And I remember being like, alright, like, this isn't fun. I'm not gonna do this anymore. Nice that you had the day off today. I'm jealous. Hope it was a good day off. Roxas has gained the use of abilities. Equip abilities from the main menu. After winning important battles, you level up, increasing various parameters and learning new attacks. Again, the game just lays it out for you. Did I not read this when I first played KH2? Like, I'm genuinely confused. You can also level up by getting experience from defeating enemies. When you're having a tough time with enemies, level Roxas up before moving on. I don't think I've ever heard of Inkbound. What is that? And cool that you got to work on some projects. That is always the best. What are abilities? When an ability is equipped, the character will power up. There are many types of abilities with many effects. How to equip abilities? Yeah, we know how to do this. Oh my god, oh, that's right. Critical gives you a lot of these things early on. Well, aerial recovery, we definitely want. Okay, I don't think... Okay, I'll have to look this up, because I haven't heard of Monster Train either, so I will definitely look that up. Ooh, that sounds cool. I'll definitely have to look that up and add it to my games I want to play. Finishing moves. We don't really need this right now. I think we can pretty much do everything. Well, actually, we literally can do everything. Amazing. I'll just do MPS Stera for the sake of it, because why not? Sweet. We're still at level 1. There's still time for me to, you know, do a level 1 run. I am not going to. Got a potion. The items command has been added. Use the up and down D-pad buttons to select items and press X. Select the items to use and press X. Press L1 and X for a shortcut. This setting can be changed in the main menu. Oh, that's awesome that you got to play the beta. Be careful. Beyond that door lies a completely different world. But don't be afraid. Don't stop walking. From here on, when HP becomes 0, it is game over. Make sure to restore HP when HP gets low. Yes, sir. Yeah, I guess I personally say Fyra, but I feel like that could be wrong. But that's how I usually say it. Oh, cool. There's a lot of things, honestly, like when I first played a lot of games, like where I just pronounced them wrong. I can't think of any examples off the top of my head at the moment, but I'm sure they'll come to me. I say Firaga. Alright, here we go. I would like to... Also, this looks beautiful, by the way. Just... God. So cool. The stained glass. I mean... Damn, they did such a good job. I don't want to die this early on, so let's hope I do a good job. Okay, cool, cool. One at a time. Doing the speedrun strats. Do the combo, do 2, and then do another combo. I think 3 are gonna appear here. Yep. Let me move. Okay, I need to get good. Can I don't know. Did I pick up, or what is auto reloading? When an item is consumed, this will automatically re-equip the same item. Firaga. Fira? Firaga. Okay, or wow, like pronouncing things so difficult. Firaga. Firaga? Am I saying that how you're telling me to pronounce it? I hope I am. And if I'm not, then I apologize. I'm just bad. Fira? I think that would irk me too. I forgot about this auto reloading. That's kind of cool. Do I have guard? I don't think so. A potion. Oh, I do have potions, and they're on X. We don't have cure right now, so, you know, that makes sense. Because as everybody knows, cure goes on X, right? That was a whole thing in the discourse. Truthfully, I don't care. Oh, no, don't go further, Roxas. We want to be over here. We don't want any more spawning. Oh, gosh. God, so smooth. This game is buttery smooth. Oh, okay. I was gonna say nobody spawns here? Feels wrong. Oh god. You can put cure wherever you want. You're completely fine. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Oh, I see. Okay. That's interesting, though. Like, I like when, like, I love hearing, like, everybody's, like, different experience, like, where they, like, put the shortcuts and stuff. It's always interesting to me. So true. Yeah, who doesn't put cure on a shortcut? I mean, am I right? We can't trust those people. They're what we call, I was gonna say gamers, but I'd like to think I'm a gamer, and I definitely shortcut cure. Haha. I guess if you want a challenge, then yeah, don't put cure in a shortcut. Could be interesting. Now I think about it, when I did KH2, I actually didn't... Okay, I guess I'm one of those people, but I did potions, because I think I didn't want to use my MP. Use reaction commands and defeat the mysterious enemy. I think I died a lot in this too. I'm the person who mashes, and I'm gonna try not to be that person today. We're gonna do areas. Okay, so this is the part where I'm probably gonna be somewhat bad. We'll see. I know there's a certain place where you can stand, but God only... Oh God. I might die. I would like to do this in one cycle. Oh, maybe that's where. Oh my God. Oh, no, no, no. Damn it. Damn it, I didn't want to do that again. Oh yeah, can I get to the top? I think I can. Let's get more experience. Please. Alright, that's okay. At least we didn't die. I liked the typo daybreak. Come on. Alright, we'll give Donald his moment in the spotlight too. Oh. Imagine Donald will be freaking out right now. Okay, so this should be an easy part right here. Should be able to take him down. There we go. Only need one more combo.
My name is Namine. Roxas, do you remember your true name?
Say no more, Namine.
But if no one tells him, Roxas will...
It's best he doesn't know the truth.
Hey, you're that pickpocket.
Whoa! Cypher, strike a pose, you know?
How's this?
That's totally perfect, you know? How about one more, you know?
What's that for?
Keepsake.
Those freaks in the white jumpsuits are gone, you know?
Cakewalk.
What were those things?
Outsiders, that's what. And if they don't wise up to the rules around here, I might have to take disciplinary measures.
Oh yeah, Cypher's always looking after the town, you know?
Wait up!
Hey, no chickening out of the tournament tomorrow.
We'll be waiting, you know?
So, you hung out with Cypher's gang today? No, it's not like that. Oh yeah. How was the beach? Wasn't that today?
We didn't go. It wouldn't be the same without you, right?
Sorry. Hey, how about we go tomorrow? We could get those pretzels and...
I promised I'd be somewhere.
Oh. Oh.
You and I have to make the finals. That way, no matter who wins, the four of us split the prize.
Okay, you're on. You two are gonna clean up.
Go get him.
It's a promise. I'm out of here.
Restoration at 48%.
Was that Namine made of data?
No. Namine hijacked the data herself. Look what she's done now. She's totally beyond my control.
Calm down.
It doesn't matter. As long as Namine accomplishes her goal, we needn't worry about what befalls Roxas.
It's up to me. Only the Keyblade Master can open the secret door and change the world.
Well, I'm not gonna betray Sora either.
My friends are my power.
So, your heart won this battle.
It is I, and some. Lead me into everlasting darkness!
Sora! Forget it. There's no way you're taking Kyrie's heart. Kyrie.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again.
Take this.
It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
Don't worry, I will.
Promise? Don't ever forget.
Wherever you go, I'm always with you.
Right. Promise. What a mess.
Hurry to the Sandlot, you're gonna be late. Okay, so before I continue, yes, Daybreak, I agree. I like reaction commands as well. I personally, I mean, I understand the complaint about them, but like the sort of the vitriol that like they receive is just, I don't mind if people dislike them. What I don't like is when people are like, you just mash triangle to win. No, like, have you played the game? Like, you're not mashing triangle. Like, yes, you do hit triangle, but like, that's only part of it. Like, you have to actually do stuff. Yes, Will Friedle, he does a good job in this game. And he seems to be a really cool person in real life, which is awesome. Fun fact, actually, I used to listen to this podcast that I haven't listened to in a while, called Literary Disco. And it's just like a book podcast, and one of the hosts is Ryder Strong from Boy Meets World. And he would have Will Friedle on sometimes as a guest. And when I say sometimes, I think he's on like 2 episodes out of like, I don't know how many they have, but it's over 100. But it's so interesting, like, listening to him talk, and like just like hear them talk about books. Like, I always really enjoyed that. He sounds like a cool person. Also, I wanted to comment on that cutscene. The line from Riku where he says, I have to be the one to open the secret door. He didn't say it like that, but he says something about a secret door. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's not in the actual final version of KH1. I feel like that was like a voice line that they scrapped, but then used for this game. Or maybe re-recorded, I don't know. But I definitely don't think that's in KH1. And, I guess I could be wrong about that, but just something about it felt off. And then, the scene with Sora, and Xemnas, I wonder if that was in KH2 Vanilla, because I guess at that point, KH or Final Mix should have been out. But like, so I'm wondering if that was like in a KH2 Vanilla, because like I'm trying to think back to my past self, like would I be confused, like wondering what that scene was, or would it even have been included in the North American release if we didn't have Final Mix? That's something to think about too with like the Final Mix versions. Once again, like I didn't play Final Mix until this collection came to the PS4. Final Mix was like a myth to me. I remember I'd hear people talk about it and I'd be like, I don't really understand. What is this Final Mix you're talking about? I just realized there was something else I wanted to say about KH3 earlier. I'm pretty sure it was about the graphics, but I forget now. Oh well.
Who are you gonna root for?
Both of them, silly.
and gentlemen, struggle fiends of Twilight Town, it's time for summer's most sizzling clash. That's right, today is the day for the struggle and title match. Who will be the one to break through the ranks and take on our champion Setzer?
Cypher! You know?
And who will leave today as our new struggle champion?
Hater! Roxas!
Yes, the crowd is fired up, so you know what comes next. Let's struggle!
Hey now, it's time to introduce today's combatants. The 4 bad boys who struggled their way through the preliminaries. Regular finalist and head of the Twilight Disciplinary Committee, Cypher. Completely out of nowhere. Who knew he'd make it so far this year? Vivi! An underground favorite and local attitude problem, Hayner! It's his first trip to the finals. And struggler number 4, who happens to be my absolute favorite customer, Roxas! So, who will win this sweltering summer struggle? Who will take home the grand prize? The summa cum laude of struggle, the 4 Crystal Trophy! And a chance to take on our defending champion, Setzer! It won't be long now, folks. I suggest our challengers go over the official struggle rules before we begin.
All right, so let's save real quick, then we'll talk to people. So I know in the speedrun they actually lose to Setzer. I almost said Seltzer. I feel like, I don't know why they do that, but I feel like I might do that because it might be more beneficial. You here for my autograph? Sorry, but I'm busy. Why don't you go listen to the referee in front of the board explain the rules? Dang. Back in the day, I used to practice battling with friends. Practicing's the only way you'll get stronger. Cypher might be a good opponent. We're not gonna talk to you just yet. Good. Oh no. You okay? You doing okay? Alright. Well, good luck. Cypher and his gang went to the back alley. They must not like crowds. Are you all set? The item shop's open. It might help to buy something in advance. I don't need it. ... Listen to the rules. My God. That would be awesome if this was brought into a new Kingdom Hearts game. God, that would be awesome. Yeah, I probably will lose to Setzer then. All participants should hear the rules. Listen to the rules? I'd better listen. You already know the rules, but a refresher can't hurt. It's easy. You each got 100 orbs. Attack to take away your opponent's orbs. That's all you have to do. Land a hit and your opponent will drop orbs. But if you're hit, you'll be the one losing orbs, so watch out. Keep collecting orbs. When the match is over, the participant with the most orbs wins. When you're ready, go talk to the tournament promoter. He's in the ring. Gee, thanks, mister. Anything to say? Don't hold back. Did they all have new dialogue? I went to talk to them. Hayner loses his cool easily and opens himself up to attack. Watch for your chance and you should win. Just don't tell him I said anything. Oh, thanks, man. I hope you've bought potions and stuff. You'll need them when fighting Hayner. If you don't have enough cash, you can always do some more work. No. Okay, yeah, you're just still being weird. It's fine. You know, not sure what's going on. Anything new to say? You here to ask the champ to give you some pointers? Just gather the orbs faster than your opponent. The rest is luck. Alright. Well. I don't know, actually, Daybreak. I thought it was like something... I feel like I missed what I was trying to do. I don't remember what it was, but I think like maybe it's on the first day or something. You can like come here to the struggle arena and actually like fight Cypher, I believe, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I could though, like maybe I'll check real quick. That's probably worth doing. Let's see if it bars me from going. It doesn't, wow. I won't worry about it. It's all good. Oh. Maybe? I'm not sure. I'll quickly check one more time, but if I can't find them right away, then I'll probably just stop. Back alley. They did say they were in the back alley. Let's go talk to him. Cypher's gonna win, hands down, you know? Oh, well, okay. Victory. Struggle battles are nice, but nothing beats a good street brawl. Oh yeah, here we go. No worries, Daybreak. Alright, I'm gonna challenge him. Neo, loser.
Don't leave me hanging now. So long. Isn't this romantic? So long.
Oh no.
So long. Isn't this romantic?
Sweet. Okay, cool. So what do you have to say now? You think you're tough just because you won? Next time I won't hold back. Cypher wasn't fighting for real, you know. He won't hold back next time. Yeah, alright. Lucky. I'm glad I did that, so thanks Daybreak for telling me that. That was cool. Alright, here we go.
Hey, sorry about yesterday.
What? You still worried about that? You need to learn to let that stuff go.
I get a lot on my mind.
Sorry, man. Wait, what am I sorry for?
Our first match of today's struggle tournament will be between Roxas and his best friend, Hayner.
All right. Didn't we already get the rules? Okay, whoever has the orbs at the end is the winner. Attack the opponent and make the win. One strategy is to run around until time runs out. That is certainly a strategy. Thank you, game.
Ready, Roxas?
Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Ideally, I would like to get all his orbs.
Yeah, I'll show you. How's this?
Yeah.
And the winner is Roxas! Not even friendship will slow this kid down, and Hayner put up a great fight too.
I lost. Oh, I can't believe it. I guess I taught you well.
I had a lot of fun fighting you.
Yeah, well, I didn't, wise guy.
Hey, let's find a way to cheer you up.
Nah, that's all right.
Out of the way.
You in a rush to lose?
Don't mess with your elders.
Whoa! Just look at those sparks fly. I guess Cypher didn't expect to fight one of his own boys.
When did Vivi get so tough?
You're mine!
I'm not sure what just happened. But the winner is Vivi in a positively blistering comeback.
That's not Vivi.
Huh?
Thrash him.
It looks like Cypher's withdrawn from the struggle for third place.
So I'm in third now? Oh, baby!
I love that. So I'm in third now? Oh, baby. We'll save. Also, I will say, like, I love... It's not just the buttery smooth combat, it's the buttery smooth menuing. And I kind of, I'll compare this, it's not as good, but I'll compare this to, like, Persona 5. Like, the menus in that game feel so good to move around in. Like, just to go from page to page and, like, do things in the menu is so slick, so cool. I know that this game is not as stylized, but, like, it gives me the same kind of, like, vibes in terms of, like, how smooth the menu is. how smooth like the end, like the battles end, and everything just looks so cool in this game in a way that I just like think other Kingdom Hearts games, like for example, if you look at BBS, for example, the way the battles end with the weird like 3D strobe effect, I don't really like it that much. I'm not a huge fan personally. The way the battles end in this game, oh my gosh, it's like sexy. It's awesome. Oh, you're still saying the same weird shit. Okay. Let's talk to friends. Cypher seems to be taking his loss to Vivi pretty hard. He went back to the back alley again. Yeah, I'm gonna go see him. Something's not right with Vivi, but if you can avoid his attacks, you should have an opportunity to hit him. You defeated me, Roxas. You know what that means, don't you? You better not lose. Don't worry, I won't until the end. Or I will totally not lose on purpose. Cheater. Vivi isn't that tough, you know. This has got to be a mistake. Got something to say? Feel free to step up anytime, kid. Wow. We're going again.
Kneel, loser!
Oh gosh, I didn't... Usually I've been good at dodging that, but that time I failed pretty miserably. Oh god. Oh gosh. Think you're tough? Just come... Okay, so are we saying the same thing we said before? Okay. Alright, let's fight Vivi. It's time for the final match. Are you ready? I'm ready.
Keep it clean, fellas.
And now, the match you've been waiting for. Roxas versus Vivi!
If I remember correctly, Vivi's back can get like super big and like reach you from a really far distance, and he hasn't really done that yet. Or at least not how I remember it. Oh gosh. Okay, well I didn't get all his orbs, but I won, so that's what counts.
Again? Again?
Alright, defeat all the mysterious enemies. Yes. Oh gosh. Oh my god. Potion. I didn't want to have to do that. Like, look at that ending. It's so smooth.
Roxas! All right. Fight, fight, fight. You really don't remember. It's me. You know, Axel.
Axel?
Talk about blank with a capital B. Man, oh man. Even the Dusks aren't gonna crack this one.
Wait a sec. Tell me what's going on.
This town is his creation, right? Which means we don't have time for a Q&A. You're coming with me, conscious or not. Then you'll hear the story. Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Number 13, Roxas. The Keyblade's chosen one.
Okay, fine. You asked for it.
Oh yes. Music.
That's more like it.
Oh gosh. Oh my god, I'm doing terribly. Oh gosh. Let me heal. My first death. My first death. Do I have to do the Vivi fight again? Not that it's a huge deal, but...
Keep it clean, fellas.
Well, I got my opportunity to get all Vivi's, orbs. Oh no, no. No, you little shit, I'm getting... You hit... Oh god. That's the big one. Oh my god. Oh, damn it. Well, close enough. Death. Alright, here we go. So I swear, like, in speedruns, they block Axel. But can I don't have guard. Unless, do I have guard and I just didn't equip it? Well. That was a much better fight than the first one. Alright.
That's more like it.
Let's see how this goes. I was trying to do an air combo, but...
Don't make me mad.
Hey, do I ring any bells yet?
We got scan. So look at that, look at that. I love like the little orb that like gets around the character when they level up. That's slow-mo.
So it was you.
Roxas! This man speaks nonsense.
Roxas! Don't let him deceive you!
Roxas!
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 Painter! Pence! Olette!
What? What just happened?
Huh? How did I get here? Roxas!
Ladies and gentlemen, Roxas, our new top struggler!
Roxas?
Roxas, it's starting!
Alright, cool. So I'm gonna save real quick, and then lose to Setzer. You're facing the champion Setzer next. He lets his guard down a lot, so keep an eye out for your chance to strike. Watching Setzer, I've noticed he has an attack pattern. If you can figure it out, it should make fighting him a lot easier. It seems Setzer trained hard for this tournament. You too should be prepared when you face him, Roxas. Why did I enter that competition? And why is everyone giving me the cold shoulder? Dude, you were not good. You were not looking good. Cheater. So I can face him one more time? Like, is there a point to me, like, fighting him again?
Kneel, loser! Don't leave me hanging.
I mean, I will face him again, because I know I can kick his ass. I was going for the no-hit again. Didn't really work out. Isn't this romantic? What's going on here? Okay, well, I'll take it. Lucky. I did have guard. Okay, so okay. Well, that was unfortunate on my part, but that's okay. Look at all of the abilities I have right now. I'm in awe. Okay, I'm just gonna save one more time just in case, and then we're gonna lose. And we're level 3 now, baby. Contests are kind of like flipping a coin. Let's have a go at it, shall we? Keep it clean, right? And now for the title match. Are you all set? I'm ready.
You two, play fair now. You're at the top of the bracket.
There's only room for one appeal.
Well, may the best man win.
Hey, Rucksack. How about you throw the match for me?
Roxas! Focus!
Let me win, and I'll make it worth your while.
Get real.
Roxas, our underdog hero, versus Setzer, our defending champion. The winner of this match will be the true champion. That's bragging rights for a whole year, folks.
Whatever you think is right, you're wrong. And that is a big mistake. My life is a chip in the pie. Time to ante up.
I'll try like a little bit. Oh, well I thought I guarded. Oh wow, I'm an idiot. I did not guard. I pressed the wrong button to guard.
Are you scared of me? This is hardly a gamble.
And a rucksack.
Thanks for the win, partner. This is for you.
The looks on their faces when he showed up were just like so dead inside. And honestly, I don't think I've seen those cutscenes before either. Because even though they do this in the speed run, obviously they're skipping the cutscenes, so, and usually I've won, so that's kind of cool. And I like that they clapped for him. Good friends. And we get the trophy.
As promised. Thanks a ton, Roxas.
One more treasure for us to share.
I've got a present too, for all of us.
Whoa.
up in their ballgame, and they won't go with me.
Not today. Sorry.
Aw, why not?
Do you remember those boys who used to hang out with us?
Riku?
Yeah.
I wonder whatever happened to him. I sure miss him.
He's far away. But I know we'll see him again.
Sure. Of course we will.
And the other boy?
What other boy?
The one who was with Riku and me all the time. We played together on that island. His voice always used to be there. And now it's gone. I can't think of his face or his name. I feel awful about it. So I told myself, I'm not going to the island until I remember everything about him.
Are you sure you didn't make him up?
Namine? Namine, what's happening to me?
Who are you? And that's not my name. I'm Kairi.
Kairi, I know you. You're that girl he likes.
Who? Please, a name.
I'm Roxas.
Okay, Roxas. But can you tell me his name?
You don't remember my name? Thanks a lot, Kairi.
Huh?
Okay, I guess I can give you a hint. Starts with an S.
Are you okay? Kairi? What's that?
A letter. I wrote it yesterday. To the boy I can't remember. I said that no matter where he is, I'll find him. One day. And when I stopped writing, I remembered we made a promise. Something important. This letter is where it starts, I know it.
Wow. I hope he gets it.
He will. Starts with an S. Right? Sora?
Restoration at 79%.
His progress is astounding.
So, what happened?
Namine's encounter with Roxas put his heart in contact with Kairi's. And that in turn affected Sora. You see?
Namine. She's a wonder.
She wasn't born like other nobodies. She can interfere with the hearts and memories of Sora and those aligned with him.
But whose nobody is she?
I could tell you. But first, perhaps you could tell me your true name.
It's Ansem.
It's an honor, Ansem.
No way! It's too soon. You can't seriously get rid of him.
It's an order. Why do you hesitate? You who has been ruthless towards those who turn their backs on the organization.
But it's not like that. He didn't betray us. He can't come back.
If he doesn't return, you know what you must do. Or you will face the consequences.
So you'll turn me into a dusk. All right, I'll do it if that's what you want.
I'm dreaming. But which parts were the dream?
Only 3 days left of summer vacation, so don't even mention that assignment.
But we agreed we'd get it finished today.
Yesterday, I fell off the station tower, didn't I?
You wouldn't be here if you did.
But man, that was a close one.
Stop changing the subject.
Okay already. You win. We'll do the homework. Stupid independent study. So, anybody got any bright ideas for a topic?
Maybe we could study the stuff that's happening to me. You know, the dreams and the guys in white.
Forget it.
Why?
You know, things have been weird with you in the town since the photos were stolen, right?
Well, tomorrow, we're all gonna search the town and find out what's been going on.
Lots of people are helping out.
All that for me? I'll go get some ice cream.
All right. So before I read this text, hang on, my cords are all getting twisted. Now the audio is being weird. Apologies. Again, love that scene with Axel in the round room, or whatever the formal name is for that. Like the Kyrie scene. All around, just again, really good cutscenes, and again, very like just trusting the player, not holding their hand, being like, just moving forward with the story and having the characters talk realistically, which again, I really love. Also, okay, I didn't get to comment on you wrote Daybreak. Yeah, I don't know why the clapping scene isn't in memes more often. It should be though. Because honestly, like, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Like, it's so funny. But yeah. I'm probably going to end the stream soon. But we'll see. I don't know exactly what's up next, so depending what it is, I might like keep going for a little bit. But I'll probably end it soon so I can, you know, eat dinner. And I don't know if I'm going to write tonight or if I'm going to play more Tears of the Kingdom. Or maybe I'll do both. We shall see. Which, by the way, I should ask Defender Hero, are you a Zelda person? Have you played Tears of the Kingdom at all? And if so, what are your thoughts? There's this strange rumor going around. Want to hear it? You know the stone steps at Sunset Station? We use them all the time without even thinking about it. But, and this part is the weird part, the steps count different going up and down. Seriously? And there are 6 other weird stories like that. It's like the 7 wonders of Twilight Town. We should investigate those for our school project. Pence, you're a genius. There might be other rumors going around too. Let's split up. I'm gonna look for the 7 wonders. Olette and I will go find some new rumors. Come on. At least you and me, Roxas. Let's try the train first. To the station. Exactly, yeah. That's a perfect way to put it. Daybreak. How they pepper everything in. The station's just up the slope. Let's get on a train and go to the central station. I think the town line's still free of charge, so it won't cost anything. Yeah, I think... So something I really want to talk about in my video series when I eventually write everything out is this concept that I learned a number of years ago called bricks in the backpack. And the whole concept is basically talking about how stories introduce story concepts to you. So imagine you are wearing a backpack and every element of the story that you're experiencing is a brick. So the more bricks you put into the backpack, the heavier it gets. So you want to introduce things in a way where like you can help the player or the person experiencing the story, viewer, player, reader, what have you, carry those backpacks and, start, building something. So, as you build things up, you might get rid of a brick because you start actually doing the building. But sometimes what stories can do is they give you too much and the backpack gets too heavy because you're carrying so many bricks and you haven't built anything. Kingdom Hearts does this all the time. Oh my god, so much. And that's why, because again, like something we talk about constantly is that Kingdom Hearts isn't that complex. It's really not. But a big core element of why I think a lot of people find it to be so complex, including myself, is that this bricks in the backpack thing, that it overloads you with so many things and doesn't let you actually build anything. Where Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, is not like that. Like Kingdom Hearts 2 gives you the bricks and starts building something out of it. Oh. Battery low. And that is a beautiful thing. And I think that's another reason why like people struggle with Kingdom Hearts as it goes. Yeah, I heard it from a podcast, which unfortunately I would share with you. I don't even know if it's available anymore. There was it's kind of a long story, but long story short, one of the guys in the podcast was a real douchebag, and I don't really like to point people to him anymore. The other person in the podcast is somebody I greatly admire, and I'll point you to her work, but she doesn't really actually talk about the bricks in the backpack concept all that often, at least not that I've seen. But her name is Lonnie Diane Rich. I'm sure I'll reference her and obviously credit her for that because that's where I heard it from her. But they had a podcast about Pixar movies, and oh wow, was it so fascinating. I would listen to it again, but like again, the guy is not a good person. I say that as somebody who like I greatly admired him, supported him on Patreon, and I can't like bring myself to listen to him anymore. It's just like not only too difficult, but also just is like not worth it to me. But that said, I did take something away from the show, which is the bricks in the backpack thing, and that's one of my favorite analogies when it comes to storytelling, and it's so interesting when you think about it in terms of Kingdom Hearts. So that's something I definitely want to talk about a lot. But with that said, I probably will end the stream here. We're over halfway through Roxas' story, so we're doing pretty well. Obviously, we haven't gotten into too combat, like, heavy stuff, but I'd say, you know, we're doing pretty good so far. 1 death. Because it was the only one. Yeah, it was just the one to Axel. So, yeah. I'm feeling good. This is exciting. The darts you and Hayner always play with. I forgot that, like, items have descriptions. Welcome to Twilight Town. Pence and Olette's favorite sofa. But yeah, it's been fun getting into KH2. Excited to be streaming again. So I will be back next Friday. We'll probably finish Roxas's story and get into KH2 proper. But it's so great being back playing this game and experiencing, again, like I already said, what I think is like one of the best openings in any video game. This is just fantastic. And getting me excited to write about Kingdom Hearts, so I better finish writing about Shadow of the Colossus, because I swear to God, I've been writing it for so long, and I didn't realize I've been writing it for so long. I need to get moving. Yeah, always glad to have you hang out, Daybreak. So yeah, thanks for tuning into the stream. It's been a lot of fun. And have a good rest of your night, and I will talk to you all next time. Good night. Bye, Defender Hero. Have a good night.